ellipsoid. This is important. Where is the South Pole? It's simple, I've explained this many times. They just fly to it. It's a flag on the ice. So in other words, it's 90 degrees south. Just to let you know, it's a grid system. It's at the ceremonial South Pole place. No contradiction. Round and round we spin again, looking for answers lost in the wind. It's simple, you say with a confident grin, but ask where it is and you're lost once again. It depends which way you stand, man. Okay, cool. Listen, Keith, this is important. Where is it exactly? Show me on a map. I just told you, dude. It's just 90 degrees south. What's the problem? You can fly, you can take a boat, you can ski. It's placed on a grid, it's as clear as can be. It's very simple, just to let you know. So in other words, marked in ice and snow. Round and round we spin again, looking for answers lost in the wind. It's simple, you say with a confident grin, but ask where it is and you're lost once again. It depends which way you stand, man. 90 south, but flat Earth's a ring. Bigger than continents, makes my head spin. Just head south, you'll get there, bro. It's simple, don't overcomplicate, though. Here's the thing, just so you know, nobody goes straight south, though. So thank you. Oh, so you didn't really answer me once. I told you many times. Let's put it this way, just follow the grid. So in other words, it's an end times again. How should I put this? It's 90 degrees south at the ceremonial place. No need to doubt. Round and round we spin again, looking for answers lost in the wind. It's simple, you say with a confident grin, but ask where it is and you're lost once again. It depends which way you stand, man. Where is it? Where is it? Wow!
Welcome, everybody, to the top left emergency meeting. This was called at the last minute by Neil deGrasse Tyson. In fact, demanded that it happen. Therefore, it happens. Unfortunately, Kreg FDFE is on a secret mission right now. Turns out the Ferengi were there's a Ferengi uprising in the Battlestar Galactica system, and so he needed to go there, and he went with Chewie to put down the uprising. Anyway, so he's away, but I've spoken with him on this particular topic, and we've got some other people coming in to this emergency meeting. Like, for example, just a second, let me get this fixed here, because I don't need me. You don't need to see me in this thing here twice. You just want to see one of this guy who's, what happened to it? Is it, there it is. What are you doing? Yeah, you. Oh, that's a nice looking mug. That's... Tell me about this shirt you're wearing. That looks amazing. Oh, what a nice feature of the mug. What is this shirt? Oh, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Because I'm such an excellent audio engineer, we get to start over from the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like Mr. Drunk Debunk. Good evening, sir.
Oh, hello. How are you? Good to see you, Mike.
I am good. How? Whoa! What are you drinking from there?
I'm drinking. I'm drinking a coffee freshly made in my Drunk Debunk Show mug.
Oh,
yeah.
And tell me about this shirt you're wearing. While I open up a can of Tab for myself.
Perfect. So this shirt is actually the expressions of CC. It's all the different expressions from his recent videos. There you go. It's fantastic, and you can also find it on the other side of this mug.
What a convenience that is!
Yeah, and this is a huge friggin' mug. I did not know it was going to be this big.
I've got back here. I've got some of the same ones, just from Fourth Wall, right?
Mine's from the how you say the Streamlabs, Streamlabs store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing with the shirt.
We've got DP Debunks who's looking a little confused.
Yeah, what's up, DP?
Used is my thing.
Oh
goodness.
How are we doing, everybody?
Oh, there
Speaking
you
of shirts, check out this beauty.
The Juice Box King.
Juice Box King, baby.
That's
Let's
fantastic.
go.
Oh, that's so good.
Can't hear me too.
But
We got no audio, apparently.
Well, I fixed that because I'm such a good audio engineer, and then we started.
Was fixing it muting me?
No, it was clicking the little thing in OBS to turn the microphone on, or for the channel that comes from in here. Anyway.
Anyone who's watched my streams knows I'm a master at audio and production, and nothing ever goes wrong.
Yeah.
I may have done a Joe Hamdy at the end of the last one and not been able to win the thing.
So this is interesting. Austin Murphy, a flatty, pretty vile. Rather than address the shape of the Earth, what he does is he instead acts out what he's suppressing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it seems it. Dude, it's
sad.
It's all right. It's all right. Come on.
It's sad sometimes.
Yeah. So twice he said that. The other day he asked why I look like a lesbian. I said, well, maybe it's just because I like females. That's all I'm interested in. That's all I'm into.
Imagine.
Oh, massive lesbian.
I'm gonna embrace that all day long, baby. I mean,
Absolutely.
Hey, if whoever likes dudes, that's on you, but they're gross and smelly.
That's it.
Hey,
I mean,
here.
we are gross and
Cheers,
smelly.
everybody.
I was out raking.
Yes.
I was raking the lawn. This isn't smell-o-vision. Thank your lucky stars.
Not for nothing, but also massive lesbian, and I reckon I'd make it sexy chick.
Yeah, I agree.
It's right here. This is what would do it. Seal the deal.
Well, we all know what FTFC looks like.
No, don't bring that up. That is nightmare material there. All right. All right. So why are we here? Because of a certain somebody and a sidekick of certain somebody who is quite awful. And this awful person went after saying all these awful things and issued an apology, and the apology was quite awful. Let's get a little recap of the apology.
Yes,
I
please.
feel that this whole flat Earth environment is a bit toxic, but not based from flat earthers itself, mostly from the anti-flat Earth side. I wonder if it's Elizabeth, and I'm not going to say what she was wearing.
It was 11 days ago. What's the last stream?
Would you say she could have been a comforter through all this kind of deal? You know what I'm saying? When they went down there, pretty girl, she was part of the package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be very obsessed and very personal in their attacks because we don't have the same belief system as them and their globe cult.
That group that went needed a certain somebody for entertainment.
Although there are things that I definitely should have not said or anything, I do apologize, specifically to Lisbeth Acosta. I did not mean to drag you into anything. I made an off-cuff remark based on context that was totally misrepresented by the likes of McToon and the other company.
We all know why she was chosen for the trip.
Little eye candy, maybe? Or something a little more.
Exactly.
Anyway, Lisbeth, my apologies. Did not mean to drag you into anything. Just note it wasn't my intentions, and they are misrepresenting what was said and how it was said.
You see the difference between Lisbeth and my wife. Lisbeth sends nude pictures to Jaren.
Somehow he thinks that was misrepresented. There's no way to misrepresent that. So,
No.
Several people have reached out to me and said, is it acceptable to have him even represented in the top left competition, considering how horrible he is? So that is the point of discussion. What are your thoughts here? In the chat too, tag me and I'll read them out.
I mean, my opinion on it is I don't think that he should be recognized for really anything. And I say the same for Sam too, because he's been saying some really gross stuff too. Just vile things about, not only just Lisbeth, but other denominations and things like that. And I'm actually doing my live stream tonight is going to be on Sav going over similar stuff. So that's my take on it. I say they shouldn't be recognized for anything. They should just crawl into the hole that they belong in.
DP?
I second that notion. At some point, I really should have made my thoughts and feelings on the matter known. That would have been a good thing to do, despite the 7 hours of streaming I did, ranting and raving and making my thoughts and feelings abundantly known. But yeah, Ratzoid shouldn't be recognised. He should not be eligible for top left, bottom left, top right, anything at all, ever. He's jumped out of the flat earth space. He's now lying about the Bible, so he's got a new grift. It's been really enjoyable to watch his subscriber count drop, keeping a close eye on that, and I'll be updating everybody on the progress of that particular project. But yeah, if he's going to say stuff like that about an innocent young woman and everybody else who went on the trip, and then make a complete non-apology or only apologize to Lisbeth, and they completely bypass how disgusting and insulting he was towards everybody else who took part in the final experiment. He hasn't issued a retraction of his statement, which is really important, and he hasn't clarified with anyone amongst his audience that everything he said was a complete lie and they should stop spreading it. And we were dealing with Dick Wayne in your last stream, Toon, who was propagating it even after Ratzoid's attempted rebrand to hide from the issue and run away like the little Ratzoid that he is. People are still repeating this crap, and it's spreading. And as I've said, my issue is not just around Lisbeth and yourself and Dave McKeegan and Jaren and everybody else who went, but your families will probably get wind of this crap. Lisbeth's family, her parents, and to anyone who's not a parent, you may not fully understand it, but for myself and Mike and Toon and Dave, we are parents. Jaren's a parent. And to hear something like that, or have something like that said about your child, particularly your daughter, like, no quarter given at all. Also, just to point out, I've asked my research assistant goes by the name of Char Tajepi. I just need to bring it up here. There we go. I've asked them what their thoughts are, and apparently, and you can correct me on this, Gene, if it's wrong, but I believe when a flat earther is disqualified from Top Left, their votes are taxed, and then it's redistributed to a cult of personality who's still in the game. So Nico, with his Crown and Juicebox empire, qualifies for the full dividend. So as per the Top Left charter, all expelled morons and rats must pay the juice tax, and King Nico, being the reigning monarch of fruity nonsense, should collect. I think that's right. Again, I've gone to Char Gepetti, and that's what Dave said.
Char Gepetti.
It may be out of date.
I don't know what Char
Gepetti, yes.
It's ChatGPT.
Oh,
They're South American.
Thanks.
okay. Well, all right. Let me. I'll read some feedback from the audience. Where Burt Rickles says, "I think I know where this is going. He should still win Top Left, but MC Toon, don't send him an official invitation and pass it on to the runner-up." Bartimaeus says, "Boot him." Samantha Jane says, "Utterly disgusted with me because I can't believe how you completely misrepresented the context of Flatsoid calling Lisbeth the village bicycle." It's so clear. He's like, "I didn't say that." Oh my gosh, you did. Liz K says, "I think as a community, we should just stop talking about him or his crew." PT Tony says, "This is an example of pseudo-apology commonly used by toxic manipulators." I can't imagine his family life. Like he's not different at home. He's like that at home. Icy Spin says, "It's a tough spot, but I agree with not giving them a platform." CK says, I'm going to miss TDDS tonight."
Oh,
I'm
that's
glad I could deliver that message. I'm the deliverer of that message here. Steve6464 says, I think he should be a shoo-in Top Left. Maybe that way no one else can win. Interesting. JD63 says, "Not worthy even as Top Left." Third Ender of Creality says,
"Nice.
You should. You think someone should have a word with his wife? He has said loads of vile, disgusting stuff before, but something is different this time for him to apologize and rebrand." Do we think somebody had words with his wife? I don't know. He in one of his other videos, he mentioned maybe a video, maybe a comment. I don't know. He mentioned that some event happened in his personal from this as a result of this. So there's no question based on that something happened. What it is unknown.
yeah. Well,
He has accused you, Toon, of doing so, of contacting his wife.
I have not. I don't know her. I don't have any contact info for her. But I'll say this. I 100% would have if I had her email address. And if anybody were to give me her email address, I will send her an email with a link to that video of him saying all of those vile, disgusting things. So while it is not true that I did send it, I 100% would if I could. Okay. She deserves
I would turn him
to
into
know.
a rat.
Nice. She deserves to know, and if she's unaware of it, then she needs to know. If she is aware of it, then no harm, no foul. She knows he's a disgusting piece of trash human. Her choice to live with him. I don't know in South Africa, in America. It's challenging for a woman to get away from a husband if they have kids, but not impossible. I don't know if it's easier or more difficult in South Africa. Certainly, where would they live and all those kinds of things is an issue. So I don't pity or I don't envy any situation that she might be in should she seek to escape that situation. I don't know if she is or not. And maybe he's just putting on a show online to be a vile, disgusting person. And in real life, he's not. Not likely, but
I doubt that.
Whatever. It's probing time. Nathan Oakley's daddy says, yes, pretend he doesn't exist at all. Doggy Dog says, soon to be forgotten Zoid is a very nasty piece of work. Zoomy says, Ratsoid should be removed from the annals of history as well as the or the annals of history, as well as the annals. Both the annals and the annals of history. Both, kind sir. Both. Uncle Charlie says he's clearly demonstrated that he has ever been a grifting, vile, dishonest goblin. Slarty Bartfast says they're all vile excuses of human beings, and that's unfortunately all too true. It's rare now to find a person in Flat Earth that's not horrible. The non-horrible ones have mostly left. What's that?
I found one.
Who?
No, I think it was in your chat, MC Team, that someone popped up and they were kind enough to share some feedback with me. It's on my Discord. They said, sorry to say DP, but your videos suck. And I thank them profusely for that. It was awesome. I've now put that post in my troll trophy room. But we had a little bit of back and forth, and their next message was, however, what Ratzoid said was disgusting. And we had a bit of back and forth, and they agreed that he needed to apologize and retract the statement and blah, blah, blah. And that was pretty cool. And it was nice to know that my videos suck.
Very nice. All right, Joe, and we need to temper this. The ones that are the vocal leaders are different than the ones that are the, kind of quiet listeners and subscribers. So we need to be fair on that. The ones
the victims.
The victims aren't saying anything. We're not hearing what they're saying. So
but we should be. Some of them are voting with the subscribe button by hitting it after they subscribe to the Cruelty podcast that Ratzoid has started, or the Creolize podcast. Creolize is another good one.
So this is a good
voting with their boots.
This is a good point here. He has had, because they need to have an echo chamber. He's had subscriber only mode on for quite a bit of his live stream for quite a while. So if you did subscribe so that you could comment, go let him know and let YouTube know all about your thoughts if you so choose, and make sure you are not subscribed. Okay, got a few more. Joe Whip says, I voted for Ratzoid, but it's time to remove him from the top left. He should just be completely ignored. Evil Duck said he's garbage. That's beyond the pale. Both him and Scum don't deserve to be a part of the fun award thing like top left. You can be a foul jerk and call everything BS. Not this. Icy Spin says it's not what we should stand for. Stop the stupidity says cancel Facatzoid from top left. Adam Lapine says not a chance. He is vile. Ratzoid should be Big Fish. V32 says that all votes for Ratzoid should be transferred to King Nico. At MC Toon Live, at DB Debunks. Rob Hoyle, the top left is firstly fun and there's nothing harmful even for the winner. Nothing funny about Flatzoid. Get rid. Janusz Takas says, what would you call a fallacy when someone runs out of counter arguments and starts attacking the character? I don't know what that. Yeah, that's poisoning the well fallacy. Monkey Cat Pat says, as much as I wanted Scum to win, I retract it. Flats and Scum are so awful, it's just not funny anymore. Wicked Pissa says, call the piece of stuff out every day. Don't let him hide from his words. So that's the opposite of just letting him fade away. Lubo in China says, I think there finally should be more categories created to cover this kind of people, maybe in urgent need of a doctor or other suggestions. That's an interesting one. Let me see if there's any others here. I mean, I read a bunch, so that's about all I read. I think we're getting
top left in the bottom of the barrel.
We're getting a good idea here. So let's see. Wits It Spits It says, so this isn't about me, bro? Oh, wait, what did Austin say? Hey, don't do that. Hey, Zoomy, don't do that. It's okay. Let Austin Murphy show how horrible he is. That's fine. We got Stop the Stupidity. I think I read says cancel Stop Flatsoid from top left. It's a Rubik says by that logic, Witsit should be banned too. There's a point of discussion. Is what he did
With his girlfriend or wife?
and I suspect
Or table.
there's reason to think that they may not actually have been legally married. I won't get into that right now, though. So, Signa Step for $20 says, I trolled Fakatsoid for over a year, agreeing with everything he said and added my own ridiculous comments, even earned a wrench. Then I began to feel morally reprehensible for doing so. Queen Bee sniffed me out and banned me.
Wow.
Rats do have exceptional senses of smell, so
They do. GBS Warrior says he should be nominated top of the outhouse manure pile. He deserves the title. Okay. All right. So here's what. Oh, Janusz says, hey, DPD Bunks, last time I checked, D-Nodal was second in the race. King Nico can have a juice box as a consolation prize. Evil Producer 1 says Ratsoid is like a village idiot. Everyone thinks he's a moron. Salvatore Ron Sisvali says, let's not forget that Zoid probably has no brain cells due to spraying without a mask. Okay, so I'll give you right now the standing as it is. Fifth place is Fred. Fourth is Scum. Third is Witspit. Second is Dirt. And first is Fakatzoid. So that's where it sits right now. So here I have a thing. I have a proposal. See what you two think, and we'll see what the chat thinks. Rather than just remove them, I think we go with the democratic option. Dave McKeegan, he done learned me how to count the thumbs downs.
Ooh.
You can count the thumbs down as a in the YouTube studio. So,
I know how. Okay.
yeah, if you hover over the thumbs up in the listing there, it shows you the thumbs down. I had no idea.
No.
So
you hadn't told me that, because now after every stream I'm going to give myself a real complex.
I thought it was doing math with the with the percentage of thumbs up. Then you just whatever.
well, yeah, that's of course
My self-esteem's going to look like an inverted top left graph.
you could, man, that's a good point. You can math it. Anyway, so here's what I propose. I propose that we do it democratically. A lot of the people won't maybe know. Some of the people that gave a thumbs up already won't know. So we give it more weight. So we give a thumbs down 20 votes and a thumbs up is 10. And so if you want to, with one account, you can make a 30 vote swing by removing a thumbs up and giving it a thumbs down for both Scum and
yeah, so that's negative 20 votes.
yeah, well, it'd be a swing of negative 30 if you already gave them a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a swing of 30, right? So that's a pretty good swing. I think it wouldn't take a whole lot of people. I can tell you right now, if half the people in the chat here just gave them a thumbs down, it probably would make all the difference. So
Nice.
it's a Rubik
And
says
would that apply across the board to all nominees?
it would just for them, because this is a special
Just for
case.
them?
But now it's a Rubik says and Witsit.
Damn, because as team captain for Team Nico, someone pointed out in the chat, a thumbs down because I'm in Australia should technically be a thumbs up for Nico.
That's right. Okay,
Because
and so
science.
I think considering the circumstances, well, here's the problem, Rubik's. We knew before the nominations or before the voting videos started about Witspit, because that very event is in the voting video. So I don't know. What do you think about giving that? I mean, we can be democratic and he's currently in third place, so it would only raise him to second because Scum is in fourth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean that's a tough call because like Scum and Flatzoid both are continuously doing these things like publicly for everyone to see. Where Witsit, I mean it was
was
I
private.
want to say isolated event, but it's not. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that he should be pulled. I think that he should still have a fair running.
All right. DP? Should we allow thumbs downs to count against Witspit?
I mean, given that Nico's not in the top 5, if I'm inclined to say, hells yeah, we should. And they should potentially count double. But
well, where's
no,
Nico?
I think that there's some nominees like
Nico
all of them,
is 6. So
So,
that would
I mean-
raise him. Just that alone would raise him to 4 if they get enough thumbs downs. So
I'm I'm turning my camera into a freaking cartoon show again. I think. I don't know. I think given that a lot of people have some very strong feelings about that Witsit situation, for obvious reasons, I think, without going into too much detail, myself among them, I'm not against it. I think you've got a fair point that was out there pre-voting video release, so it was a known thing. It's in the voting video and should help inform people's decisions, but I think the landscape's kind of shifted a little bit over the last week. We've seen some of the worst of the worst, like for all Oakley's Oakleyness, like he's crossed the line, but he's never really gone after anyone. The way Rats went after Elizabeth for no reason. At least when Oakley's doing it, he's doing it like people he's muted who were there, and I kind of have a chance to defend themselves if they can talk through his crap. It's a very paper thin line that I'm implying there, but I don't know. Do we put it to a poll or a vote? Or...
I just put in a poll.
Cool.
So-
You said poll.
Oh, CK wants to know what Grayson says. Grayson, what do you think?
Yeah, Grayson.
Yeah.
The voice of reason. Somebody, please think of the children.
This is what we would be doing on the couch. He's just doing it on the chair. so this is our
Super
cuddle
chill.
TV time. So, but anywho, yeah, he doesn't have he just cares about Baby Shark right now. So
Just a second. I gotta mess with the scammer.
oh, nice. Speaking of that, I've been watching Kit Boga again recently. That's good stuff.
Okay. So Witsit Spits It says, "Listen to the lesbian panel and leave me in."
That's going to stick now, isn't it? Oh, God.
So RG says, "I say knock Witsit and Flatsoid out, redistribute the votes equally, create a new award, and to them could name the award the He-Man Woman Haters Award." Well, here's what I think will probably happen. Whoever has negative points in this because of that, if they get that particular thing, whichever of them gets the most negativeness will maybe get a new classification of award.
I like DP Debunk said top left and bottom of the barrel. I like the bottom of the barrel.
Satan approves this plan.
Yeah.
Satan's on board.
Okay.
Also, somebody also wrote in chat that that Mikey isn't vile. He's an idiot, but just an idiot. Rob Hoyle. I might be a little biased to that statement, but you
May have some contradictory evidence there, Mike.
yeah, I kind of do. But anywho, moving on.
So interesting twist. So Witspit, if you probably know, right? I'm just waiting for the votes to trickle in for him. He on Sunday or Monday put in a fundraiser because he's got some emergency financial situation. Whatever that is, all we have is speculation at this point. So on Monday night, I was on the Earth Awakenings Discord server, who's run by Geo. Geo is a big Witspit fan. He's a Witspitter. And I didn't see this happen, but while the debate was happening, on the right side of the screen is the server admins that are currently online. And I normally have that off screen, but because I had adjusted the screen a little bit, that was visible. And at 3 hours and 29 minutes or so, somewhere in there, he comes online. And he'd been silent for around a month or more, from everywhere I saw, and he comes online, and he was on the server then, potentially in the audience for I don't know how long.
Okay, well, he's still alive.
He said in his fundraiser, he says he's thinking he's going to come back.
Okay.
So
Michael Jordan's comeback is what it is, but not the first time where he won more championships, and not the second time, but that time where it was just kind of sad and pants that time. Yeah, or when he was the owner of the Bobcats or whatever it was, and he had the Hitler mustache going. Maybe that time. That's more. Yeah, that kind of comeback, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, mustache man. Sorry,
right.
team.
Okay, so I'm gonna end the poll. It looks like we have a decisive vote here. I think we can go with it. So, should we allow thumbs downs for Witsbit to count against him? And the answer is 73 yes, 26 no. So we can do that. And so what I'll do is I will adjust the description. And then you all know, you can all go to my video and Craig's video and do a remove your thumbs up if you did and give it a thumbs down. And that's a 3-point swing. You can do it on both channels. It's a 30-point swing. Both channels, it's a 60-point swing. And if you didn't already give them a thumbs up, you can give them a thumbs down on both channels. And so it'll give it a 20. And so you can do it to all three of them if you so choose. And that probably will, if the sentiment of the live chat is anything that we can make any conclusions from, that probably will do all that's necessary to knock them out of the running. So Flat Earth Funeral says they have a potato and leek soup recipe for Dave Weiss. Does he have an email? I should send it to him. I think he will love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I went over this with Kreg before he was sent on his secret mission with Chewie to put down the Ferengi rebellion in the Battlestar Galactica system. So
just quietly, it's Bill Nye again, isn't it? He's always up there.
It was Neil deGrasse Tyson demanded that this particular meeting happened. But yes, you're right. I think what happened is that Neil he did a piss poor job mopping the bathroom in the Ferengi High Leaders personal bathroom, and
oh no,
you know what that does? They just go nuts. So what are you gonna do?
I hate that because the Grand Nagus gets really pissed.
I know. Like if Bill Nye, so what Bill Nye did is he actually removed the piss from the walls, and they like the piss on the walls. So, I mean, you know how it is.
Been there.
I mean, so they've got that in common with Santos.
Hi. 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 Say hi, MC2.
Hello. So somebody says, can we substitute Roger Ledwell for Fakatsoy? The problem is Roger Ledwell sat there and laughed along with Flatzoid as they talked about Village Bicycle and all of that. So, DP, you were saying
didn't just laugh along.
Oh yeah,
he had some input.
Who said skiing? I didn't look to see. Was that Roger?
I don't know. I thought wasn't that Flazoid?
No.
I think that was.
I have it. If anybody recognizes the voice, here, I'll play it.
We all know why Elizabeth went with on the group. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Skiing. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's Roger.
Have you ever heard of the? Have you ever heard of
PJ goes along with it.
the saying before village bicycle?
Yeah, toon bike.
Yep.
Where I'm from, it's the toon bike.
Local pusher.
So Roger, people say that's Roger's voice. It wasn't PJ because PJ was, you can see his mouth, it wasn't moving when he said that. Neither was it Sav because Sav was on screen. So, okay, we're getting a lot of people thinking it was Roger.
I'm
So
not
there you go.
breastfeeding. Geeky.
So-
Geeky.
Austin, I mean, I've always been into chicks. It's just always been my thing. So I guess always. Anyway,
Maybe Austin should Google. You could talk to Charge Petty, and ask about the word projection. Just look that up.
Oh, look who's in chat. Is Sav. Sav's in chat.
oh, the real Sav?
Yeah, speaking of trash.
Oh, being charming as ever.
But is it the real
Ladies
one?
and gentlemen, an
Yeah.
actual member of the Circle Jerk and Jerkle Jerk-Offs is in the chat.
Wow. It is a true honor to be in the presence of such a disgusting piece of human filth. I mean, and by honor I mean not an honor. But anyway, so Sav, your votes now, people can now give you a thumbs down to be even a bigger loser in the loser competition. Imagine that. You're too much of a loser for some people to be in the loser competition. What a piece of crap. Think about that. You were removed from the loser competition.
So I should
By
also
votes.
look up projection. He's going at it pretty hard.
Oh. Anyway, okay. Well, then we'll do that. That's how it is. Hold on. I need a gavel. What can I use for the gavel? I use this this unopened
What have
can.
I've got Satan.
This
I've got my
unopened
flat
can
Earth
of
model.
this unopened can of Tab. There it is. So it shall be decided. All right.
Can use my flat Earth model. It's more of a musical instrument, really. If I bash Satan against it, you like that one, team?
Oh my
If anyone's
God.
not seen this, like, I'm
No.
sorry, Jaron. You said it could never be done, but I've done it. I've got the sun and everything. So
No.
checkmate, globetards.
It's so good.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I gotta.
What I
make
don't
this guy
have is a
dinner.
gavel.
all right. Thank you, Mike, for dropping
Yes.
by.
Yes.
Your video was amazing, and so it shall be used as a way to remove the loser from the loser competition.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
it is a shame what has occurred. However, the video was a lot of fun to make, and I hope it set the bar for expected videos to come out in the future. So, especially for such a competition of held at such a high regard.
All right.
Yeah, just,
Was that
just
enough
me
word
down as
salad?
well.
Was that enough word salad? Do you
No.
guys need some ranch?
That was amazing.
Got a little ranch.
All right, beautiful. All right, Toon, have a great rest of your stream. DBD bunks, have a good one. Thank you for having me on, and and may the filth be removed and never brought up again. I love it. All right.
All right. Awesome.
I
Thanks.
know, I'll be
Thanks,
bringing it
guys.
up.
Well, I'm bringing it up for the last time tonight, and then I'm moving on to other topics. So yeah, Sav, if you're still in chat, you are. You should pop in my chat tonight. You should come on my show tonight, Sav. That'd be fantastic. All right, have a good one, guys.
I will be there.
Beautiful. All right, bye.
Outstanding.
Do you like my new mug?
If you're not subscribed, people, to the Drunk to Bunk show, like, one, give yourself an uppercut. Two, go and do that. Go and subscribe
You had to leave.
the Drunk to
You had
Bunk
come
show.
back.
I came back. Am I in?
You're here.
Am I in? Oh,
Damn it.
sorry.
You can't be saying
you
nice
have to
things
end by
about it.
saying that you love me, right?
Yes, yeah. Okay, love you. Bye.
There we go.
All right, what do you think of this mug?
It's the law. Hot damn. That's outstanding.
It's my kids. I had to borrow it.
I've got to order a matching mug to go with my shirt.
Juice Box King.
The music video is in
it.
production.
I love it. All right, so I will tomorrow afternoon I'll probably get a tally, and then tomorrow I think I'm probably going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night. I'll update tomorrow night with whatever happens. So let's listen one more time so people were saying it might have been Michael Kahn that said it. So it's off screen right now. You have to move it a little bit. You have to
Mine?
move it.
Nope, there he is.
Too far.
How's that?
Too far.
Too far?
There you go. There you go.
I'll just put it over my face temporarily, and I'll take a shower after this. It's Ratzoid, everybody.
Okay, here we go. Here is again the words. Let's see if we can determine who it is.
We all know why Elizabeth went with on the group. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Skiing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Have you ever heard of the saying before, village bicycle?
Yeah, tune bike.
Yep.
Where I'm from, it's the tune bike.
Local pusher.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I think that's Ratty Rog. That is.
So we got Roger. PJ was on screen though. See, I didn't see his.
Yeah.
his
PJ
mouth
was the
move.
tune book.
Yeah.
That was PJ.
Yeah. PJ's accent is very obvious. Let's see. What is the name of his accent? Incredibly stupid. That's the name of his accent. Like, you can tell by the way, like, zero education. Holy cow. His mouth was covered, but the accent was off. Yeah.
Definitely. And I think later on there's another horrible bit of innuendo.
Just a second.
That was
the next person that times out Austin Murphy loses their wrench. Not kidding. Okay.
Yeah, let him cook people, and then it's there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
For wherever the live chat replay's there, people can screenshot it, share it around. If he wants to be as gross as Ratzoid, let him have at it.
Yeah. And once again, if you are subscribed, if you're interested in voting with your feet, vote with your feet. Go unsubscribe.
Bunch of people have. It's great to see.
So, I got today a message from Flat Earth Geographer on Facebook. A DM, a friend request followed by a DM. I'm like, that's weird, because he's super scared. He won't ever debate me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I accept the friend request, and the message comes through, which is, hello, how have you been doing? I say, super. He says, I'm glad to hear from you. I'm also doing pretty good as well, and extremely happy with my life. How is life treating you? What does that tell you? That's a scam. His account's been hacked. So just to be certain, I said, things are great. I'm spending time with my kids. How about you? Are you doing a lot with your wife and kids still? And the reason why I asked that is because I know he's not spending any time with his wife and kids.
Because he doesn't exist.
No, he exists. They exist.
Oh.
They just don't live near each other, and he doesn't get to see them.
Got it.
He's like super proud of this situation, and he's like, go look it up. Like, really? Anyway, from there, it's like, oh, have you heard about this thing? And you need to just send a message to Nancy Morgan. Here's another account, and whatever. So I'm like, hey, let me do this.
And
Anyway, I want to be
send me a
sensitive.
link, sign me up.
I want to be sensitive to your time. Are you? I mean, we're
I
you
got
can-
like another 10, 15 minutes or so. It's only like a meeting with the boss coming up in an hour. So
right.
I got time.
All right. Well, so what I'm going to do is, so what he did is he sent me a link. He's like, you need to talk to Nancy Morgan, another hacked account. And I'm like, okay, I will talk to Nancy Morgan. And so, okay. And so I need to say that Nancy says, kindly send me your full name, phone number, and your valid driver's license ID number to check if you are eligible, received the new 2025 American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA. So I am going to call.
The American one. Oh, so yeah, that won't apply to me. That sucks.
I'm going to call. So, oh no, I can't. Why can't I call? Oh, it's a page. That's why. Okay, well, I'll have to call Eric, the flat earth geographer. And the call ended. What? Call ended. Oh, I can't even call. I was going to have so much fun. Let me see if I can do it here. So I did
Not being able to call
immediately.
a scammer.
I did immediately call. Not call. I sent him a message to him on TikTok and an email and a text message, and he did not hear back from him. Just to let him know his account's been hacked. All right. Well,
It's
I
the
can't
right
call.
thing to do.
Hey, too bad I can't call. Darn.
I was worried about Patricia Steer last night. I was hanging out over on Creaky Blinder's channel because he started a stream and he had Dave McKeegan on his stream being a monster and employing, frankly, underhanded tactics related to top left by sitting in his chair and having his adorable daughter on camera. Disgusting. I've had words with him about this, but he's unrepentant is what he is. And Patricia Steer, or a Patricia Steer, popped up in the chat, and I thought that can't be the real Patricia Steer. Turns out, absolutely was. Yeah. She was just hanging out, and everyone was really cordial and pleasant, as was Patricia, and she was kind enough to say that she loved my videos. So that was really nice. So it balanced out against a troll. He hated them.
Harder to get a higher compliment than that.
Absolutely, especially after I made one mocking Mark Sargent and incorporating the air drums, which is still the funniest thing I've ever edited in my life.
The air drums. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be cool." No, you're not. No.
Yeah, no one ever has.
And
my father and one of my brothers were drummers, and even then they're like, "You never do this when you're not behind a drum kit."
No,
like ever. It's like having a rifle and pointing it at someone when you're not, like aiming down at range. It's just not cool. It's not okay. Totally against the rules.
And getting sticks that have lights inside of them, something that no drummer would ever do. That doesn't.
I mean, maybe back in the 80s, if
that
you
doesn't
like,
solve the problem of not cool.
Maybe if you're the drummer for Poison in their heyday, or Tommy Lee when he's playing for Motley Crue, then maybe. But even then, it's very iffy. Very.
I have so TNN obsessed patron and ex Flatty, an escapee, is saying he was unaware of the piss drinking theme, and it's I think it's a little things ebb and flow. Anyway,
no pun intended.
Where I got a mug made. That's the Santos mug. I don't know where it is, but it's when I called him and he answered the phone. I was pretending to be a fan and asking for advice, and he freely gave advice on how to drink your piss the right way. It's like, well, you don't have the beginning, and you don't have the end. You just have the midstream. So I made the mug.
What this section of the stream is called, the midstream.
I don't know. So I made the mug that said that. It sold me. I think it sold 2.
I've sold one golden shower edition, which is platypus backpack. Which, if I could put feathers in this hat, it would absolutely be there. That is amazing. Charles Arnold, it will be arriving soon. It's all yours, sir. You're an absolute hero.
Did he tell you that he ordered it, or did you see that come through in the fourth wall stuff?
It was custom made for Charles Arnold. He'd been hounding me wanting a piss yellow Wits at the Platypus backpack, and I had to make it happen for him. Even though he's a turncoat. We talked about this, myself and Charles. He was backing Scum for top left, and once the votes didn't seem to be going his way, he's immediately jumped ship, and he's now backing yourself, good sir, MC Soon, to win top left.
You make sure to give a thumbs up to my video.
And a thumbs down to another certain 3.
So Ion, this
custom made for Charles Arnold, the Golden Shower edition.
Ion says, I sometimes practice drum rudiments in the air when nobody's looking, and that's the point. You don't look cool playing air drums.
But just know, even though you think no one's looking, someone's always watching.
The Satan's son.
Satan's always watching. And these little horns, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
How think about this, when both Dean, so Dean said the Satan turned into the sun, and Dirthbag said that the sun was created by plasma projectors and somehow has and caused all of Antarctica to get warmer. And by 50 degrees, which didn't happen anyway, and also have sunspots matching the rest of the world magically. How do both of those things explain the 24-hour moon?
Hang on.
How did lasers make the 24-hour moon, and did Satan turn into the moon as well? Right.
All right. I've just got what I have here is my Flurf Logic SD card, so I just need to set that into my brain. Yeah. No. Even with that, it's still
nothing.
Just batshit crazy. Doesn't work.
No. All right.
I got to get this thing out because the overpowering urge to drink urine is too much to bear. I can't. Don't buy these. Like, worst Temu purchase ever.
Yeah, you've purchased from Temu.
No. Never.
You cannot purchase from Temu. Okay, so I am going to. I was told that I needed to have a look at Mikey Smith's most recent video.
Oh, good Lord.
So that will be that's on deck here.
It's coming up. Well,
yeah.
I might take my leave, good sir, now that I've ruined Ratzoid and Scum and Whispit's chances of taking out an award. My work here is done. Can I just say to the good people in chat and watching later too, kudos to the entire community and anyone on both sides who called out Ratzoid and his disgusting, horrible statements. I think it's awesome, especially if you're a member of the Flat Earth cult. That's not an easy thing to do, and I respect the effort in that. I don't agree with you on anything else, or really respect you in any other way, but I do respect that move, and just remind everybody, if you are subscribed to the Cruelty or Creolized podcast channel, if you hit the subscribe button again, you might win a prize. Don't do it multiple times. Just if you're subscribed, go hit the subscribe button again and watch what happens. It's fantastic, and congratulations to everybody who's got away from that nonsense. And that's it. But good meeting. Good council of globy wizards or whatever, I shall await my Tupperware delivery for the week. It's going to be great. So
All
I can
right.
do some more Joe Hanvey modelling.
Sweet. All right. We'll see you.
Signing off, sir. And watch out for that Ferengi piss. Good Lord.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Let me catch up on a couple things here. We got Basil Production is a new member at Buzz Aldrin, or maybe upgraded. I'm not certain if it says, it doesn't say. Jack Fetter, but thank you for that. Jack Fetter says, emergency meeting, was there a tremor in the Fleur Force or something? Did they realize water doesn't actually need a container? Oh yeah, hold on. This shirt was given to me as a gag gift. Water doesn't curve. I wore it to work today. And there's somebody at work that we were pranking into thinking that I was actually a flatty. And that continues. She was told that I went to Antarctica to prove the Earth is flat. Okay, Callie is let's see, is a member super chat, says, hi, MC Toon. Hi, Cal. Not Callie, Cal. Hello. Cygnus Step says, Mick Toon is kind of gay, though, to be frank. Really? You know, it's really not. Right? In the 80s, that was the insult. But it's not the 80s anymore, okay? Dire Straits isn't the cool band. They never were. Well, except for that one song. You know? Mr. Gustafson says, Flat Smack intro music to Spotify, please. So there it is. Yes, Conspiracy Music Productions is somebody's asking to put your stuff on Spotify. The problem is, if you put it on Spotify, I have to take it off of here. Because when you put it on Spotify, they go and register the copyright everywhere. So if you want to do go ahead. It's your privilege to do that, of course. But I would never be upset. But I would not be able to. I'd be prohibited from using it anymore, because then all my monetization would go off to you, I guess. So I just wouldn't do it. So anyway, but actually you don't get much because there's too many layers. Like, you hardly get anything. So anyway, Basil Problem says, MC Tune Live, please address the recent PhD Tony versus TFE debate. Well, it's not TFE, it's Will Duffy. How is Duffy's performance different than any flat earthers? I'm about halfway through, and my position is, the Bible says that God made the universe, right? And how did he make it? I don't know. Let's go figure it out, right? How long did it take? I don't know. Let's go figure it out, right? It's taking a book of poetry and human history and relationships and things where the audience was not anybody with a scientific background, and to take that as a science book, giving very specific and rigid descriptions of things is quite silly, I think. Why would that be the intention? How does that have anything to do with the actual intent of what a religion is about? Maybe maybe that you can conceive of religion where the whole position of the religion is to have religious faith-based beliefs about physical reality, but in general, that's not what religions are about. So go figure out what shape the earth is. Go figure out how old it is. Go figure out how it is that humans got to be here, and do your best job at trying to figure that out. And just like the flat earthers that are like, hey, their personal interpretation of religion says that the religious position is that the earth is something. Well, reality disagrees. You don't get to choose reality, and a religious position doesn't change reality. And if that's an actual core part of that religion is wrong. You don't get to choose what reality is. And if reality speaks against that religion, Anyway, so I don't agree with that position, and I think that starting to look into how old the universe is, and starting to look into how we came about as beings with a pre-selected conclusion is the wrong way to do it. So, yes, I saw some parallels. I did. I didn't like what I've seen, because partly it's because I respect both of them so much in different ways for different things, right? Both PhD and Will. So, it wasn't mommy and daddy are fighting, but I'm like, it is weird. They're people on that I both respect, and they're having a conversation that was a little rough, So in the end, I will say both of them had responses I didn't like, being like Peachy Tony had, he got a little a crack at Tony there. And I didn't think he needed to, right? And but he does. That's why we love him. And Will, Will doesn't have that technical background. That's not his thing. So, but it really is a technical conversation, right? Debating the shape of the Earth, that it is a technical conversation, but it's not deep at all, right? The sun can't set, right? It's really just middle school geometry. But figuring out the shape of the Earth, the age of the Earth, well, that is a very technical thing. So anyway, there's my my kind of impression of the first half of it. So I just disagree with having a pre-selected conclusion going into things. So, Destroyer of Flat Earth says, do you think aliens and Bible are related? I suppose they're like, some people, like, there's some things, I think Ezekiel, like there's some descriptions that are like alien like, but no, I don't think so. No, I don't think, I do think that it's certainly possible that there are other life somewhere in the universe. The numbers just speak to it, but there's the Fermi paradox of because it's so apparent that it should have happened in the past, why don't we see any evidence of it in looking out at the stars? But let me say this, I don't know if we could see any evidence of it in the stars, right? Let's say they're thousands of light years away, millions of light years away, whatever distance it is. How could we see evidence of alien civilizations? I don't know what would it look like that we must see it if they are advanced alien civilizations. But anyway, I don't think any have visited us. I think that they wouldn't crash land accidentally. They wouldn't, there wouldn't be anything clumsy about it. If they can figure out how to get here, they can figure out how to not be stupid when they're here. And to be seen or not seen as is their will. Right? So anyway, that's my thing. I don't think that they overlap at all. I don't. So, Zoomy, I read that already. I got a bunch that I read already. Let me just make sure. Silent Dave says, can I nominate Flatzoid for bottom? Well, you can give him a thumbs down twice. Stop the Stupidity says, Witspit and Facatzoid are losers of the year. Judy Bassett says, don't nominate Facatzoid for anything, ignore him. And that is, and seriously, the real like thing. What do we think about? What do we want? What is our hope with flat earthers? One of two things. One, they pull a Jaren or a Nick Havoc or a TNN, right, in the chat here, or Shifty Eye Shady, or Ranty or Raichi or Sean G or Jose JD, right? They switch and they're like, wow, Everything is so awesome. I can see clearly. There's a weight lifted from me. You got Robbie, Paul, and Patricia, right? That's obviously number one. But number two, shut up. We would never have noticed you if you weren't out there proselytizing, right? Eric Dubay has a YouTube channel where he goes and begs other people to become flat earthers. If he didn't do that, nobody would ever have made a video against him. He could have just sat in his spider hole and said, I think Earth's flat. Whatever. So Flatzoid has done that. At least he said that's what he's going to do. He's not going to go out there and be proselytizing. His channel is dedicated to fourth grade Sunday school. Right? So you go, why? I've watched a couple of his videos, and seriously, the theology in there is like elementary, middle school, or not, in elementary Sunday school. They're just children. They have the minds of children. So whatever. All right. So, and if that's what he does, then never shall any more content be made on him. Derek the Duller says they're all awful. And to make the distinction, it's the ones that are noisy, the ones that are silent in their audiences that don't say anything. We don't know. But we've got Dick Wayne in the chat here. He's awful. Just sort of Flat Earth says Flatzoid makes Nathan Thompson look smart. It's tough. That's hard to do. Steve from Wormhaven says perhaps a without memoriam role is needed. In 5 seconds, a 5-second slideshow of all the flurfs that can be thrown in the garbage. I don't know if you could fit them into 5 seconds. That is a lot. Icy Spin says, according to math, tune for top left is the only option left. Yep, all right. Shame on you. RG says, test, woohoo, Super Chat works for me. Glad for that, RG. It does. And if anybody else is wondering if Super Chats work for them, go ahead and test. Philip Beretta says, MC2, you should automatically get top left. He messed up the releases timing and messed up how thumbs up were counted for one of the contenders. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Nathan Thompson's bail bondsman. Nathan Thompson's bail bondsman for $10 says, message deleted by Lubo in China. Wait a second. Lubo in China, what did he say? What did Nathan Thompson's bail bondsman say? And Lubo, why was it deleted? I hope it was good. I hope you really needed to delete it. Cause yeah. All right. Does anybody see? So yeah, Dick, because you are imagining things, you're projecting those things. That's why you're awful. Where's Lubo? Lubo in China. Why was Nathan Thompson's bail bondsman's message deleted? Just want to know. Radium Soup says, please never stop talking about the awful people. It's important to make sure the truth isn't hidden from innocent passersby who might get sucked into the cult without opposition. Okay, hold on a second. Look at this. Sir Little Wolf. I need you to explain to me why this needed to be timed out. I need an explanation. I give my it's simple. If they go there, right? Young kid stuff. If they say mustache man things, right? Or things that YouTube would definitely flag my channel for. That's it. That's all. That's the only things. If they're insulting me, let it go. I'm okay with that. I can handle it. So, Sir Little Wolf, warning. Don't give them a warning. Don't give them a warning. They don't need. The warning is just type a message to them. And if you don't like seeing them, some people get it. You get in a little arguments with them. That's okay, right? Or they're worthy of being upset at because they're usually terrible, horrible people like Dick Wayne is. Then just block them and you won't see their messages. It solves that problem. So, Monkey Cat Pat Pat says Dick Wayne is an idiot, not an insult, just an observation. Very true. Very true. And now remember, Dick Wayne is the name of the character from the Batman universe that nobody liked. In the 4-part series where there was a vote, there was a question about whether or not Dick Wayne was going to get by the Joker, right? I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not so sad about that. All right, Basil Problem says for $5, MC Tune, the equivocation BW, PhD Tony and Will Duffy is unfair. Please explain the both sidism here. I don't know what you mean by both sidism and equivocate. I don't know what you're talking about. Just if you want to expand on that, you can just type without it being a super chat and just tag me so I see it. All right, I only watched half. I'm not going to give any more of my position on it without watching the rest of it. But in general, I just want to say my okay. Don't block that. Don't gonna take a screenshot so it's not lost. I don't know why. It must have been Lubo. It must have been a yeah. Oh, I said I had issues with both. Okay, my issue with PhD Tony was he went a little Krakatonian, and sometimes I see him doing that, and like I get why, but I didn't quite feel that was justified in his responses there. So I didn't like that. With Duffy, I didn't like this is where I end. This is right where I was ending. PhD Tony was talking about how old the Earth is, 4.5 billion years about, and because that is the oldest thing, and you know, are there multiple tests? Will was asking, are there multiple tests that multiple lines of evidence that show 4.5 billion years, right? And I think, and I'm not super right. I think the answer is there's one kind of line of evidence that shows that, but then there's others that place some event near that, like 4.1 billion years ago, right? And because it's super far back in time, there's only, you get diminishing opportunities to have things that date that far back because there were less things at the time, right? When the Earth first started, it was the big, it was first disassociated particles, and then they coalesced. Well, how do you know when they coalesced? I don't know how you do that. You don't have a whole lot of opportunities to date things that are that old. Anyway, the point is that it makes sense to me that you would not have a whole lot of different ways to date things at the very beginning. And you would then have, 5% in from that, you would have more opportunities because the Earth was more mature at the time. And then 10% in, you'd have even more opportunities. So it kind of looked to me like a Mott and Bailey thing where, well, if you don't have you can't say it's 4.5 billion, but you can only say 4.1 billion, then, well, how do you support that? Like, hold on a second. That, just like with flat Earth, they're like, like if you can't explain dark matter, we're talking about the globe, right? If the dark matter question only comes after we've determined that the Earth is a globe, right? Because the question of dark matter is about very distant galaxies. That completely requires the Earth to be a globe in order for that to happen. So anyway, did I explain that? KT boundary line is enough evidence to prove Earth is 66 million years old. which is more than the young Earth position. So, even if it's not 4.5 billion. Okay, it doesn't change that it doesn't match the young Earth position. So, so not having, lots of lines of evidence of 4.5 doesn't change the fact that there's lots of lines of evidence that it's 1 million. So, all right. We got Quickly, Quietly, Silently is back, also known as Church Fart. Welcome back. I saw you back a couple days ago. So, all right. Let me read Nathan Thompson. Nathan Thompson's bail bondsman says, I have no idea why my comment was deleted. What I said was Flatzoid is a model of all flat earthers. They are terrible. If you removed him as it's a slippery, wet slope. Keep them all in. That's a great point, and that's why I think it's a good opportunity to let people vote with their feet. Like go give it a thumbs down, and you give it a thumbs up. I think this is great, right? And in the end, I think this is being able to say that he was such a loser. He was removed from the loser competition by the people that voted. I mean, that title is an even greater title than top left. Isn't it? I think it is. IC Spin says maybe reminding mods that timeouts entirely removes the user's comments from the final transcript. And there are a few times that a comment rises to this level. Exactly. But I do that's part of the reason why I keep this here. Right? I keep the side chat on screen, so that kind of stuff is preserved in there. And also because if I go and I edit the video later, YouTube removes the sidecar of the side chat, right? It's not there anymore. I think YouTube's weird for doing this, but they do. So all right. TNN Obsessed says, I once called Mick Toon a middle school bully. The amends continue. This is going to take a while. And he's still calling me McToon. Hard habit to break. I know. It's all good, TNN. All good. I seriously, I do like when they self-identify. Okay. Nerd Pedantic Alert says your mods are running wild. They don't respect you. All right. Start respecting me, mods. Look, it's a sea of blue. I get it. So what do you do? Well, YouTube did give an option for, let's see, there is let's see, maybe I can. So you see this, Industrial Nerd is a managing moderator. You see that on screen there? He's not just a regular moderator like Zoomy is a standard moderator, right? And I have like 5 managing moderators. That's it. And so it is, there are 3 levels. So, and that's why I'm okay, like promoting somebody to a moderator so that they don't get deleted. And I don't want to give that to Austin Murphy or to Dick Wayne. Okay. But I will to prevent it from happening. And then it's just silly, right? Don't want that. And I prefer to think of a mod as band protection. Yeah. Also you get over the timeout. You get a chat faster than 33 seconds. I always set it to 33 seconds. Not for Freemason stuff, but so that I can mock them because they think all of these stupid things that don't have the meanings that they think they have meanings that they think they have. They don't. That doesn't make the earth flat just because I do this. The earth is still a globe. Go find evidence. This isn't evidence. This just means I like heavy metal music. Now Zoomy's hurt. Oh, how come I'm not a managing moderator? All right, so the application process includes a huge bribe and monthly payments. But, oh, that's right. Industrial Nerd, you're way behind. Icy Spin says, I like Bill Nye. Throw all the tomatoes you want. Jack Fatter says, was either of those old dudes with Fakatsoid the kid from Deliverance? That kid from Deliverance was not right. Steve from Wormhaven says, imagine thinking you'll prove something by going to someone's live stream and demanding proof that your community drinks pee. Seriously. It's like it doesn't have you don't have to pay attention to the flat earth stuff for very long to find examples of flat earthers talking about drinking piss. It was the third video I did. Fourth video I did was a guy drinking his piss. Fourth video. Go look. The fourth video on this channel has a guy drinking piss. The gig boss man says, for $5, I can't stand Flatzoid with his lying squeaky duck voice. Permanent exile is the only justice for Lisbeth. I hope we stop giving him airtime. Elf him. Elf him. My wife has what is this, like a shirt or something? This is What the Elf. Brenda creates a Santos Reserve doesn't flow, it drips. Gross. Evil producer one says Mark Sargent plays air drums on his lap when no one is looking. So I watched Mark Sargent's show last night on 2x speed, and I jumped ahead as they were like it. It was terrible. Anyway, because I was expecting him to mention something, but he didn't mention it. So anyway, I'm sure that mentioning thing that he didn't mention will eventually be mentioned by somebody. Nugs Automation gifted 1 membership. Thank you for that. Basil Problem says, why is Will Duffy not a candidate for Top Left given his recent debate performance on the Age of the Earth? Well, there is a nomination process for Top Left, and that started back in January, February. So next year we'll do it again, and people can do that. So if they want, they can do that. Remember, it's don't take it seriously. If you really dislike, right, just keep in mind, Top Left is for fun. All right, Jason Hyatt says too far left to count. Award would work for Fakatsoid. He's switched over to the other side of the axis. TNN Obsessed Patriot says I have to keep contributing until I can make amends for all the stuff I used to say. It'll take a while. What did you say? What was the worst thing you said to me? I mean, I have to admit, I don't remember. Whatever you said, it wasn't enough for me to remember. So it couldn't have been that bad. Icy Spin says, how do you explain cold moonlight? Like ice cold. It's not. It's terrible control for confounding variables. Earthly Skeptic says you don't get to choose reality. Frame that. Which goes nicely with Adam Savage's I reject your reality and substitute my own. I love that. Icy Spin says hashtag arrow. If you add those, it's half off. And here, hashtag. I don't understand if it's half off. So TNN Obsessed Patriot says we need to remove Nico. He's gunning for the attention. These should be disqualified. This has happened before. And of course, you can vote. And I have in the tally, we do give points, votes to the views on his channel. So because he mirrored it. So any flatty that mirrors the video gets it affects their vote tally. That's the rules. I you know, I'm not responsible for making them. Actually, I'm 100% responsible for making them, or 50%. Kreg and I made them. But that's what they are. Take that. Basal problems. Okay, read that one. Almost caught up here. Then we're going to go to Mikey. Mikey Smith says, Dirtbike says, Facatzoid needs to be publicly shamed with top left. Well, that's another thing. But again, I think, you know, being removed from the loser competition because he's too much of a loser, that's something. Penguin J says this, and 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 this. If you know, you know. That's not anything, and that's, you know, may the force be with you. That was an accident. Anyway, may the force be with you. PhD Tony says, I propose Santos, Keith, and Kent Hovind be inducted into the Toxic Biowaste Hall of Fame and held up as an example of where science denialism leads. Yeah, that's the thing. They're horrible people on top of it. Like, and there are people, to be fair, right? We get like, they're all terrible. They're not all terrible. There are some kind of decent people. So this is the package of why are there so many that are just rotten, terrible, horrible, stinking, squatting turd wranglers in flat earth. It's so weird. Okay, last one here. Borugman for $2 says, cold moonlight is cold. It's how I built my freeze ray. Sweet. I want to get one of those freeze rays. Okay, so apparently 20 minutes of this is all we need to watch, because that's all it's going to be for the awesomeness. Let me close this. End the meeting. Turn this on. You're going to want to hear what he has to say. Here's a question for you. Do you think that Tartaria is something that's interesting? Just, you know, should I cover any Tartaria stuff? I don't know. What do you think, Karen B?
Well, how'd they do that? It must have been giants. Nobody knows. Where do we all come? Mud flood Tartaria.
All right, that's her position. Thank you for that, Karen B. So, all right, here is Mikey Smith going on. Boy, that's looking good so far, Mikey.
At least this is what they represent, right? It's not really to scale.
It is to scale. It's playing.
But this is where they think they live. So let's go to
this. Boy, that is a high quality video there, Mikey. So quality.
All right, we're just gonna wait for a few people to come in. We're gonna look for something here.
Look at those fingernails. Why not cut them? Why not do something? Why not have some personal hygiene? Yeah, we're not showing his toe.
Of course, he never emailed me. Remember right? Sidewinder. The doctor's in the house, and
it's idiot Phil Collins.
I'm just trying to find something. I can't remember where I have it on my phone. Or we're going to be doing some phoning today. We are phoning the so-called astronomers.
All right.
Because we're going to try to put some pressure on them for them to record some videos of stars, which
Well,
no
what do you know?
space agency has ever done, let alone the astronomers.
Nobody's ever done it, huh?
Just trying to figure out where I just saw that thing. Did I have a link?
Interesting. Interesting that you would say that.
It's on WhatsApp. I mean, it might need to take a few minutes here.
What are we taking a few minutes for, Mikey?
This isn't it already.
I don't think he's looked very hard for video of stars. I don't know why he thinks that that's a challenge. Right? Why is that a challenge? All right.
Gonna go back. Well, to come in, we're gonna be, there's Ryan. Okay, roger that. We are gonna be phoning astronomers today. At least, yeah, we could. It's not late in the day, at least on the East Coast yet, so we could phone a few people. But we're gonna try to phone. First of all, I'm gonna phone. There's a telescope store in Edmonton, Alberta. That's where I'm going to be phoning first, and we're going to ask them some questions.
It's going to be good.
I don't have any questions written down. Hopefully, I can just do it by memory. But
that would have been a good idea.
I'm just going to kind of go along with it. And I was going to show a video here, so I'll show that later once I'm. I just got to find this link. Okay, I just saw the video. It was like
salespeople are not astronomers. Really?
Unless it was on my history. And yeah, so possibly, what's going on here? FE Patriot, good to see you there, guys. Maybe I could play the video here while we wait. Oops, let me switch the screens around here. We'll do this one.
Why are we watching you doing a video? That's what it.
Video.
Why would? Oh my God. Everything to Mikey is a challenge.
Hi guys, this is the wonderful globe model. At least this is what they represent, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's not really to scale, but this is where they think they live. So let's go to the bottom of the globe. This is from the Dollarama here in Canada. So we will read the agreement. This map is for illustrative purpose only.
Oh my gosh.
Names and boundaries do not imply any opinion, endorsement, or acceptance by Dollarama.
Why is this so difficult for them to understand?
Okay, now keep that in mind for what you're looking at here. Do you think this really makes sense to you?
Why is that so difficult? Right? There's some sort of a mental block that they have that they don't see that everything is about litigation. You buy a cup of coffee and it says it's hot. Everybody knows the coffee's hot. If it wasn't hot, then you'd complain. You don't need to be told that coffee's hot, but you do need to be told that coffee's hot because somebody sued. So now globe manufacturers put that aren't being very specifically technical about it, right? They put a disclaimer on the bottom. Why do they do that? My guess is that somebody sued because they didn't like the name of a country or the boundaries of a country or something like that. Might have even been because it was out of date or something. So anyway, Roger that says he got really angry with me today because I sent him pics of Andromeda taken from my friend's telescope.
Let's go over here to North America. So Hoover Dam is right there in the southwest there.
Oh, I don't
How
see
does
it.
Hoover Dam work on that curved surface?
Oh my gosh.
Explain to me how that works.
You wouldn't understand.
All right, moving on. We are going to go inside Winners and check out their artistic globes.
No, we're not. My goodness. So there exist things. Oh,
My
that
apartment
one.
for
Is that one
only, you know what it's for. Only for decorative purposes. Here we go, guys. Oh, it was east. Sorry, we gotta go east. Any of you guys? Thanks a lot.
So I have a globe here that's an educational globe that I purchased because it's an educational globe. It was more expensive than a decorative globe. It doesn't say that on the bottom.
Right. Let's get on with the show already, hey guys?
Right, let's go.
I found my video that I want to show you guys eventually. We are going to have a discussion, and again, I know some of this information might make you uncomfortable, but I'm trying to get my
Mikey, you have an echo chamber. You're not. It's not going to make anybody uncomfortable, except that now you have a little more of platform than you would otherwise, because it's here.
Beautiful T-shirt there in the background.
I've got one.
For those of you who have been watching me, let's go to the chat. Hey, let's do this properly, guys, because there is a YouTube book 101 out there, and I'm supposed to follow the rules and guidelines, right? Because you know how many bosses I got on YouTube? Anyways, moving on. We got Roger Dodger in the chat, Tree Dude, Lord Racer, Effie Patriot, Ryan, and everybody else, and all the other.
All right, TNN Obsessed Patriot says, a former flatty, an escapee, says, absolutely, it's a mental block that is indescribable. Literally everything verifies it's flat. It's awful, like a mental disorder. Hence the freedom after leaving. It's baffling looking back. And I've heard that over and over as I've talked to people. It's good to hear that, from you again. And the freedom, I can't, right? I can think about how freeing it must be that you had for years this thing, and then you a switch flipped, right? Is that what happened, TNN? A switch flipped one day and you're like, oh my, this and this and this and this and this and this, like everything at the same time. You're like, wow, all of those things now suddenly instantly makes sense, right? At least, so you tell me, TNN, if that's what was your experience. Maybe not instantly, or more like dominoes. Anyway, Basil promises, by the way, MC Toon promotes Flatzoid videos in his Discord. Will that be discontinued? I promote, yes, they were added somewhere. Maybe to if they're in the thing that does notifications, then yeah, they should be removed there. I don't patrol the shill channel, and so people can put whatever they want in the shill channel. That's the point of it. Is we've got the general chat. If you're going to have a video that you want people to go see, don't post it in the general chat. There's a channel for that. And it's just kind of get it out of the way there. So, I'd say definitely do that. If Bendale, if you want, Bendale does a lot of adminning on there, or any of my other admins. If I forgot how to do it, but if you know how, and if you're one of my admins on Discord, you can take out any Flatzoid videos. But if Flatzoid shows up and does it, then I suppose he will. But right now he's not on my Discord server. He kicked himself off and blocked me. So if he's going to be blocking me, he doesn't get to be on my server at all. So until he unblocks me, it won't even be possible or accepted. Anyway. Icy Spin says, Mikey flat smacked a Globe Observatory Glober staff member earlier. I reserved top notch for a very small subset of comedy. This was top notch. Is this the video that we're watching right now? This one right here? Well, we're in luck then if it is.
The usual suspects. So I'm sorry that I'm a person that question things, okay? I need.
Okay. TNN, sorry. This has higher priority. TNN says, like a switch flipping, took about a week TFE, then McKeegan video on the pressure gradient, then literally everything makes perfect sense, and you see the cult with eyes wide open. That's cool. That's so cool. I love hearing that. I'm so happy that you're able to have that happen. So, all right. Uncle Charlie. Oh no, it's Ill Collins.
need to apologize before I start talking. So I'm sorry that I question things. I'm sorry that I have to ask 20 questions per statement that I've been told by YouTube, you personally, or my friends. That's what I do. I question things. And for those of you who...
The problem isn't questioning things. Absolutely perfect to question things. It's rejecting the answers when you're given them. That's the problem, right?
I've been watching. I'm going to talk about this quickly. We're going to move on to telescopes. This camera is a low-grade camera. This is a P1000.
You got it right.
Low-quality camera. It's only $1,500, $1,000 now probably, because they do have the P1100 out, which is a waste of money. It's exactly the same as this thing. I even checked out the specs, so I don't know what the difference is, but there's got to be something there I don't understand. So the P900.
That's an understatement there, Mikey. A lot of things.
The P1000, I have figured out, right, that it's horrible for recording stars. It's good for recording the moon and the sun, yes, but not the stars. You need to bump up your quality of camera, maybe move up to, you know, the $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 range, and you might get some better pictures. But moving on to telescopes. I've been talking about this for a while with a friend of mine, and the telescopes are very, very manipulated. I've been doing some research on them.
Well, this is good. Ronnie Coleman says, I gradually stopped believing in ancient aliens when I learned that a bunch of those alien crop circles I believed were real were made by 2 British farmers with a stick and rope. Yeah. The people that have, okay, yes. Obviously, there is a song that's just begging to be made. That's a remake of I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight for Mikey Smith and his Lefto. A duet, or perhaps. Anyway, there are people that have admitted that they did the crop circles and even talked about how they did it. And the crop circle people are still like, oh, well, they just did some, but the others were actually by aliens. No.
I don't know what the purpose of telescopes is, other than getting a wider view of the sky, producing very shitty quality pictures of stars and supposed galaxies. I can zoom in with my binoculars nice and tight on the sky. I can zoom into an individual star.
Nice and tight.
Okay, so in the last 2.5 years of doing that, I have...
Danny Faulkner says, it's too bad I didn't meet Mikey a long time ago. I could have better spent all those years studying astronomy in graduate school. No kidding. You could have sat at Mikey's feet and forget all those telescopes. The binoculars are where it's at.
Never seen a galaxy. I'm not sure where they are, but I have panned left, right, up, down from horizon to horizon. There are no galaxies, okay? Don't know what they look like other than on your CGI cartoon pictures or what these people on TikTok or Facebook videos like to show you. Those are computer-generated images.
Oh, he knows.
I don't fake my stuff.
He totally
that is not
knows.
fake. That is 100% factual information right there. Now, I can't go out every single night and assume I'm going to record that star like that. I don't even know how I got it in the first place. It's probably due to the wonderful work that I do, the many of hours, weeks, or months I spend outside recording the sky. So eventually something's going to show up. But in relation to the telescopes, you're looking at 500 magnification. I don't know what the fuck that even means, because you're not seeing anything. If you have 500 magnification,
oh my gosh,
this little tiny army dude that's way over here should be right here in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. I only have 20 magnification on my binoculars, and I'm getting stars like that.
Wait, only 20? I don't know what the specs are of his binocular, but What is it? What is 20 time multiplication or magnification? What does that mean? This is all over his head.
Okay, I don't know what the point of these telescopes are, other than to see the entire sky, or a good percentage of it. 30 or 40% of this. No, not even that. Probably, how much would you see with a telescope? 20, 30% of the sky, of the entirety of the sky?
No.
Why do I need to see more stars? I don't want to see more stars. I want to see individual stars. Okay, folks? So don't tell me to go buy a telescope. I've already been to an observatory southwest in my province. What was it last? It wasn't. No, it was almost a year and a half.
Yeah, Nelg says, I think he thinks the telescope is to see the whole sky all at once. There's multiple different telescopes that have different purposes. But a lot of them are, pretty narrow in their field of view. A lot of them are more narrow than his binoculars, and some are less narrow. There's multiple different telescopes.
A year and a half ago, I went there to try to record the stars. Again, wasn't clear enough, but I did get a chance to go into the observatory. I had to wait for the gentleman from the university because he's so intelligent.
You had to put university in air quotes. Why? Because I suspect it's because it's expensive equipment and they don't want some, any old person walking around there.
To explain how the telescopes work and for him to show me a star in the sky, okay? Now, when I looked through the side of the telescope, of course, they're bending the light, right? They're manipulating the shit already for you to see the stars.
Just like your binoculars. Your binoculars bend the light. That's what the lenses do. He didn't know that, did he?
You're not looking straight on. There's always an angle here, or there's an angle here for an eyepiece. Why would I want to look this way to look that way?
Oh my gosh.
I don't turn my head to look that way. This is so stupid, guys. Everything in telescopes is 100%
is over your head. Oh my goodness, Mikey.
Manipulated, okay?
Okay, a mirror. You can have a mirror so that you can look in from the side. That's not manipulating it. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
And these jokesters that like to use them on TikTok and show how big their freaking junk is in front of you, because the bigger the telescope, the smaller the dinky. So
really?
I'm not sure exactly what the point of that is. I'm going to show you a video. We will analyze the video and I will show you, and you will see that it's manipulated.
All right, so we're 20 minutes in. Here's the thing. Being that we're 20 minutes in, I think I don't know. I think it's time.
To phone a flip.
That's right. It's your favorite time.
What do you want?
Mikey, I got good news for you. I have a video of a telescope.
Yeah, good for you.
Remember last time we talked, you specifically asked me for it, and I got it for you. One of my viewers is like, "Hey, I can do that." So yeah. I've got it. What do you think?
Yeah, good for you.
I mean, you asked for it. Are you excited or what?
What does that mean? Does that mean it's a globe now or what? Just because you have a telescope or what?
No, Mikey. Remember the last time we spoke, you said that you wanted a video of stars through a telescope. This isn't directly about the globe or anything like that. This is about video of stars through a telescope.
Yeah, zoomed in.
Yes.
And recorded as a video.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, send it to me.
Aren't you so excited?
I'm just bursting with joy.
I'm so happy. All right, I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you. All right, and then I'll call you up again sometime again, and we'll get your feedback.
The response. Yeah.
Deal?
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flip.
There it is. Photoflurp never fails to put a smile on my face. Here it is. Here is the video of stars through a telescope. There is a little voiceover, so I'll play it for you. It's not a lot of voiceover, so I'll talk a little bit to keep you engaged in the whole thing here. So
all right, this is Capella. Here's Capella out of focus.
All blurry.
Whoa, look how out of focus that is. It looks crazy. Here's what happens when we focus it. Comes to a point. Now we're going to go to Sirius.
Okay, so he spends a little bit of time typing it in because he's got to hunt for it.
Panning to Sirius.
You see some other stars swing by too. I don't know if it didn't come through too well.
There's Sirius. That's Sirius in focus. This is what happens when Sirius goes out of focus. Let's take the focus the other direction. Sirius is a lot brighter than Capella, so we can do some crazy things with Sirius because it's so bright. Look at all that diffraction.
Really tough to see, I know, through YouTube.
But we know that it's in focus when the dot is as small as it can possibly be. You can also use a tool called a Batonov mask to check and see if it's in focus. Batonov mask creates diffraction spikes which form a star pattern and make it really easy to see if it's in focus or not. So here's Sirius with a Batonov mask. When the diffraction spikes make a perfect cross, we know that it's in focus. So this is out of focus. Bring the diffraction spike right to the middle, and it's in focus. Hope this helps you, Mikey.
There we go. Good for you, Mikey. Anyway, that is that's that. I know Mikey's gonna be so tickled, that his even his toe will be happy. So I'll send that off to him, and then we'll get his feedback at a future time. Evil Producer 1 says, I heard Ratsoid likes to ride Mikey's left toe. Gross. Oh, Straight Stringfellow Hawk. This is a good point. A high quality camera with a low quality user will still produce garbage. And I also say a camera that's not great quality in the hands of somebody that knows what they're doing can still do some decent stuff. The P1000 is a little oh, he's calling me. He's calling me. Hello?
That video is horrible that you're playing on your live stream.
Oh, you were watching. I'll email it to you afterwards. Well, it's exactly what you asked for.
I zoomed in. It's bullshit. It's horrible.
What's wrong
Are you kidding
with it?
me?
What's wrong with it?
But it's not in. It's not clear.
The
sky is not clear.
What do you mean the sky is not clear? The sky's pitch black.
Yeah, but it's not clear. There's too much moisture in the air or something. There's nothing. You can't. The sky's only clear like 2 days out of the year, man.
How did you determine that the sky was not clear?
Well, that you can't see the star. It's not clear.
You can see the star. It is very. Oh my gosh! What world are you living in, Mikey?
You're a delusional, boy.
Oh my gosh!
If that's a clear star, then I'm the Pope.
I guess
nice to meet you.
Mikey's the Pope. Well, glad to meet you, Pope. I didn't know you were Catholic, Mikey, but how's your Latin?
Not good at all.
How did you? And you weren't even a cardinal. Amazing to get promoted to the Pope.
To the top. That's the way I work. I go straight to the top. No need for pissing around. I go straight to the top.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask. What is the status of your the lawsuit with the Canadian Space Agency?
They have until the end of April to respond. So in a few weeks, I'll know.
And today is what day of April?
I don't know.
It's the Wednesday of April.
Yeah, the Wednesday.
Yeah.
The 9th.
All right.
Yeah, it's the 11th.
That's
hey, bye.
Bye. I guess I got to do this again.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flip.
Sorry. Wow, Mikey. What? It's just amazing. Love it when they call in. I have to. Yeah, I can't play it backwards because I haven't rendered it backwards, but I will. I will render it backwards for when a flatty calls in. Anyway, everybody, Mikey Smith is the Pope. I suppose he's going to be moving to Rome soon. So, anyway, this is what a time to live in, people. We live in this time. How lucky we are. All right. And I say telescopes are made by NASA to fool us all. Mikey could get his own telescope, and he could get a proper camera on the telescope, and he could learn how to use it. Now, this isn't trivial to do. But people do take photographs of, amateurs can take photographs of a lot of the things that Mikey's like, it's all fake. So, for example, Anthony Emerson is a hobbyist that takes photographs of all sorts of things. Hold on. What's your website? I don't think he's watching, but Cody says, I don't think we can be friends anymore after your remarks about Dire Straits. They only had one song. Come on. What is what? There it is. Okay. So let me show you this. This is even better. Mikey, I hope you're still here. So this is Orion Bear Astronomy. Friend of mine, he's been on the show. This is his amateur astronomy stuff. So here he is. This is look at that. It's a telescope right there. So so where are the good photographs? Here's galleries, I would suppose. A galaxy and a dwarf planet from Joshua Tree National Park. There you go. So Mikey, that's obviously the moon. And here we have, I'm not super familiar with these things, so I'm just reading what I have here. The Leo triplet, it looks like. Here we have the Beehive cluster. Oh my goodness, he's calling again. Mikey! Mikey!
Seriously, we need to talk. That website that you're showing, those... Seriously, look at those pictures. That picture right there with all the blue dots.
Mikey,
blow that picture up with all the blue dots. Blow it up. Come on.
Listen, Mikey, you could do this yourself.
No, I trust me, I've done it 100 times. I want you to do it.
No, Mikey. Why do I need to do it when Anthony did it?
That picture right there. Look at that. Show me. Tell me those aren't real pictures. Are you kidding me?
Mikey, here is.
Those aren't real stars. Those aren't real stars. I record them all the time.
Mikey, well, you don't use this. You don't use high quality equipment like Anthony does. So look at this.
Yeah, well, how do you know what I use? No, it's good. I record.
You have binoculars. That's your best.
Yeah. Right? Well, so what?
That's not as good as
picture and tell me that. Show me that those are real stars. Show me.
Do you see? Do you see what's on screen right now?
Those aren't real stars, pal.
Just a second, Mikey. Do you see the telescope on screen right now?
Yeah, the size doesn't matter. That's what she said. Show me the picture above it.
Mikey,
you're delaying. Show me the picture above it, McToon.
Hold on, Mikey. You've never.
No, you're Mikey the second. So let's bring up the picture above it. Come on.
You've never known. You've never known the warmth of a woman, Mikey.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll deal with that another day. But let's go with the picture above that telescope. Let's go with that one.
This one here.
Come on.
So this doesn't have a label. I don't know what this one is.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, stop right there. Does that not look like a windshield pitted with stone chips? Are you kidding me? With a light in front of it? That's not even a real picture. I'll demonstrate that picture in the future. I'll replicate
Mikey,
that. Oh my God,
Mikey! If you
look at those beautiful stars.
If you go get the same telescope and get all the same gear that he does, you can
show me something real. Show me a video of a star of those blue stars. Stars aren't blue.
Mikey.
Stars aren't blue. I know what colors they are. They're multicolored. Their stars aren't blue.
Oh, dear Mikey.
No, that's all you can say is dear Mikey, dear Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't... Mikey, people...
Would you like me to answer your prayers, oh grateful one?
Mikey, people get upset at me when I cover your stuff because they think that I'm being mean to somebody that's mentally handicapped.
Well, your eyes are handicapped because you can't see that those are blue stars. Stars are not blue, McToon.
So, all right.
They're not blue.
What observatory did you go to, Mikey?
It doesn't matter. Stars aren't blue. You're hilarious, man. I don't know how you have any subscribers lying to everybody. These are blue stars. There's no such thing as a blue star. What color is Polaris there, Hotshot? What color is Polaris?
I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Exactly. That's why all stars are blue to you.
No. All stars are I don't know to me.
Are you wearing a face mask, really? Like, can you pull your skin off your skull? Are you one of those people?
What?
Is there a real skull underneath that skin?
I have a face shield. Hold on.
Yeah, because you were one of those people that thought viruses fly through the air.
No, I have this in case Witsbit ever shows up.
Why, were you allergic to him?
Oh, he has a thing for spitting.
Hey, you got a $2 super chat for showing cartoons. That's amazing.
Jack Fetter says this guy is stupid. He can easily do this himself.
Yeah, I have. What's he talking about? Show me a blue star.
Well, it was on screen. There you go. So here, people say let's do a poll. So let's do that. Here's the poll.
Yeah, look at all those blue stars. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
How
many are there? There's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's probably a dozen of them there. So there's a dozen blue stars. I've never seen a blue star in my life, but that's okay.
All right. The poll is, are there blue stars? So
with CGI and cartoons.
So remember, you could falsify. You could falsify this yourself by actually getting a good telescope and a good camera and doing it.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to CGI. That works. Yeah, that's good for my channel.
CGI.
Yeah.
You can control it yourself, and you can make sure that there is no CGI involved.
But that's what this is. I'm looking at.
So you've said, but you've not proven it. All you've done is said, nuh-uh.
Look at it. Those are not stars. Those are crosses that are blue.
Why are there
crosses?
Why are there crosses on them, Mikey?
I don't, because it's shit.
Why are there crosses on the crosses? Tell you something about the telescope.
If you were zoomed in that close to the stars, you would see those in detail. The stars are not blue and orange or yellow or whatever color that is. Maybe I'm colorblind too.
You certainly could be.
Is this why you phone me? Because you have no content? You can't think of any real content
Mikey,
to show anybody?
You are the star of this channel, Mikey. Just
I know
that.
Loves me.
Just know that, Mikey. Everything we do for you.
I know that because everybody loves me. Where's Brenda at?
I don't know. Brenda lives.
That'll make you smile.
Brenda lives in Minneapolis somewhere. I've met Brenda twice.
Yeah. Is she down the street from you or something? Or
not that. I'm in a suburb and Brenda's in Minneapolis proper. So
yeah. So what? A 20-minute drive maybe?
I don't know.
What's
probably more. Why?
I'm gonna send you some pictures that'll really get you going. That's for sure.
Why?
But anyways, what's Brenda up to? How come she's not on your stream?
I don't know what Brenda is up to.
I thought you guys held hands.
We don't. You don't need to go there, Mikey. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
You know.
Well, I don't want you to go there with these blue crosses and orange crosses. If you actually think that's a real picture, I don't know what to say for you, man.
Why is that a problem? See, here's the thing. People see those crosses and that tells something about the telescope. People that know astronomy see those and they're like, "Oh, I know what that is. I know what type of telescope that is."
You keep using other people's footage. Why don't you use your footage to try to disprove me?
Why does it have to be mine? There's no reason that it has to be mine.
Well, that would make sense because if I went to court with you, you would have to produce your own evidence, not someone else's evidence.
That's not how court works. You can call other people. You can call other people to court and have them produce the evidence. That's actually how court works.
But when they ask for your evidence,
it depends on what's happening, I suppose. If the challenge was about something I made a claim about, then I suppose.
Your claim was that this was a real picture. How would you claim that as a real picture?
Well, I would bring in the person that took the photo, and I would say, what stuff did you use? And then I would probably
$2. How much? You make $1 million a year, don't you? How much does the government pay you?
The government doesn't pay me anything. I pay the government. In fact, I was just working on my taxes last night. I'm like, dang it, I got to pay the government. Anyway, so I would, if I were in court, I would bring the guy that owns the telescope. Just wait, listen. You got to listen. You asked me a question. You got to let me answer.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So I would bring in Anthony, who took this photograph, and then I would potentially say, let's bring in a subject matter expert. And so I'd find a third party that's not involved, who is an expert in astronomy and how to take photography of stars, and put them on the stand and say, well, is the type of photography that he described a legitimate thing? Is this the type of stuff that's output from that type of equipment? And see what he says, of course. And if you were on your side, you would say, nuh-uh. It's
No,
not.
no. See, and then I would present my factual information, my evidence, showing what actual real stars look like.
Through
My
the same
evidence would
through the same
overpower that cartoon.
Through the same telescope?
Why do you keep bringing on telescopes? There's other recording devices that we got, you know. Tell me what a 500 times magnification telescope does in relation to recording one single star.
I don't know. You're the experts.
No space agency has ever recorded a video of a star. Nobody. Or a galaxy.
What do you mean, or a galaxy?
Well, if galaxies exist, shouldn't you record a video of it? Because there's tons of cartoons out there for them.
No, so when you take photographs, first of all, video doesn't do you any good because they don't change over time like that. So what are you gaining by a video? Nothing. So,
well, you would record the video. You would pan your telescope to the left, record nothing, record to the right, and you would pan into a galaxy that was actually there.
Why would that be a thing? Why would that be a thing?
Well, because it would be filmed live, and there's nobody with these people when they're recording with their devices.
There's lots of people that can be there. Why do you need that?
Well, I need you to be there beside him.
Why do I have to be there?
Recording.
You will still reject it if I'm there.
This is factual information.
Could not Anthony be there?
Why not you? You're presenting this with factual information.
Wouldn't it be nice if Anthony were there and he presented it?
So you're claiming that picture in front of you right now with the supposed 3 galaxies, maybe.
Yep.
Those are real?
Yes, the Leo triplet. And
okay,
people
what
that
about
have
the stars that are supposedly behind them? I thought there's no depth to the stars, man.
Here's the cool thing, Mikey.
There's no depth to that picture, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no depth to it.
Well, the 3 galaxies and then the big white star, I guess that might be Polaris. I don't know. Seeing that I'm the only one who knows what Polaris looks like here out of me and you. So that star is beside every other star on that piece of paper or whatever that is there, with the 3 galaxies that are literally side by side. There's no depth to the picture.
Yeah, you don't get depth in two-dimensional photographs.
The one galaxy on the left is not millions of miles further away from the other one.
How did you determine that?
So good luck with that.
How did you determine that?
Well, I can see with my own 2 eyes. I'm not the one with glasses here.
How did you determine that?
There is no depth, man.
But how did you
just
determine
line
that?
up perfectly side by side?
Photographs don't have depth. Do you not know this, Mikey?
What do you mean? I can take a picture down the street and I can show you depth.
But you don't know which is near and which is far. Have you seen the pictures
of people? I can tell the tree that's in front of me and then the building down the street at 200 feet away. How can I not tell that?
Have you seen the people that are standing in front of the Eiffel Tower with their hands up, making like
God,
they're there? You can't tell depth. You can't tell depth in a photograph.
Yeah,
Mikey.
Anything that goes with you is good. Yeah. So, what else are you doing this week? When are you going live again?
Tomorrow night, Mikey.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to be covering
cool.
the trip to Antarctica.
I'm going to be filming the moon, unlike what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be presenting any factual information, but...
hey, Mikey, I went to Antarctica. I saw the 24-hour circling sun. It's pretty cool.
I know you did. Blah, blah.
You should have come, Mikey.
I'm also the Pope.
I know, Pope Mikey. Are they going to make you move to Rome, or do you get to stay there in Regina?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to stay here in Saskatchewan. I'm going to do it via Skype. So when I talk to the public and do my
they
sermon,
shut down yesterday.
Oh, they shut down. Oh, I'll go to a different platform then.
All right. Well, they didn't really shut down. They just don't have phone numbers anymore. All right.
Yeah. All right. Good luck with all your cartoons there.
All right. Well, I got to play the song again, Mikey. All right. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flip.
I need a lot of Toonshine tonight. Holy cow. Like, he doesn't understand that there's no depth in a photo. Poor guy. Oh, Mikey. Oh, Mikey. Yeah, I gotta do the whole, you know what? Hey, there's Mikey's here. Hold on. I'll do it right now. Okay, hold on. I can do it. I can do it live. It's gonna happen. Bona Flurf. Search for that. I spelled it wrong. There we go. There. Bona Flurf. Okay. Opening it up in Final Cut. Mikey, you're so funny. Oh, and yes, definitely, Mikey. Remember, it's just about you. Everything here is just about you. Anyway, I mean, I gotta wrap up here pretty soon, but I have time to do this. Duplicate project. Bona Flurf. Let's see. You hear me? I don't know if you hear me editing or not. Make a compound clip. And then go custom speed, negative 100%. Not working. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Just hit reverse. There it is. Okay. All right. Ooh, this is going to be great. This is going to top off the night for everybody. Okay. Save it to the correct folder. Blah de blah. Come on. PT Tony says Mikey doesn't understand that without knowing the relative sizes of the objects in the photo, there's no way to determine their relative distance. That's a bit of a complicated thing. I mean, it's the kind of thing I could teach, but I don't think it's the kind of thing that Mikey is able to learn. So, okay. Phoned by a flare. All right, rendering. It's pretty short, so it won't take long. Okay, that. Is it done? Did it finish? It did not finish yet. Give it a second. It's rendering. Steve Revel says buy a C-Star S50 for about $500, better than a P900. There you go. But now to get all in, you need the telescope, you need the tripod, you need the motorized mount, equatorial mount, and you need the is it buffering, and you need the a camera that can do long exposures, and then potentially you need the software to manage it on the computer, right? So it's not just the telescope; there's more to it than that. Gary IOW says video would be useless as the atmosphere wobbles. We use a technique called lucky subs, where we take multiple 10-second exposures and stack the best ones to eliminate atmosphere wobble. Now, to somebody that doesn't understand what those words mean, it just means CGI. They're not smart enough to understand the topic. That's the problem. This is not something that Mikey really has a grasp of. So, okay. Looks like it's done. All right, here we go. And here we go with the freshly rendered phoned by a flurf. That's pretty goofy. All right. Steve Revel twice mentioned this. This is the previous one was buy a C-Star S50 for $500 better than a P900. He said that twice. Thank you. Lord of Luminous Pooh says, true story. A guy tried to sell his soul on eBay, and they said if the soul doesn't exist, that it's against the terms of service. And if a soul is real, it's a body part and against the terms of service. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. We got my PhD Tony's there. So, yeah. People think you're delusional, Mikey. Look, you could learn. You could choose to learn. I think you could. Just give it a shot. Okay. Oh, somebody. All right. Almost done here. Uh-oh. I think the browser's about to crash. Can I preempt it by refreshing it? Okay. Oh, let's finish the poll. Are there blue stars? So, Mikey, you say there aren't, but 92% of the people in the poll say there are. So 7%. I don't know what 7%. I have no idea what 7% could say that. Anyways, we've got somebody says talking about Temple OS, something I haven't used. I'm just I don't care. Linux is fine, whatever flavor. I'm not too picky about it. They're like, Kali, you got to use Kali. Like, anyway, Basil Problem says, MC2 Live, did you ever see Temple OS and Holy See? Is that different than Mikey? Both had psychological issues. Should we make fun of? I don't know the context of that even. Temple OS and Holy See. I don't know what that means, but I'm not making fun of Mikey. Right? Mikey and I were like this, okay? I got your back, Mikey. Jack Fetter says this guy is stupid. He can easily do this himself. Well, that's true. Mikey, you could do it yourself. Get appropriate equipment, right? The telescope you're using, or not I mean, you could potentially do it, but what are you taking the pictures on? Your phone, right? Get a camera, get a mount for the camera, and then do that, and then get some software to control the camera and take good pictures and control the exposure, and get a mount for the camera, right? For the telescope, get an equatorial mount or a motorized mount for it, and have it actually track with it, and you can take a long exposure of the star and potentially of a galaxy for a long time, and have the actual binoculars move along with it, so that it's not moving out through the screen, through the field of view there. And the reason why you're not seeing the dimmer stuff is because you just don't have the exposure on your phone that can do it. There's a book, Understanding Exposure by Brian Peterson. Great book. Mikey, I'll send it to you if you'll read it. It's mostly pictures. It's okay. The Gordon Captain says, Mike, tell your toe I say hi. My toe? You mean Mikey's toe? Yes, Mikey's toe. Everybody's a big fan here. Icy Spin says, Mikey's Sirius is out of focus. Looks like Thor's hammer. Yeah. There's several optical problems with it, Mikey. You're not seeing the firmament. You're seeing your errors. Nick Ann says you can build your own telescopes, Mikey. No, Mikey. I don't know if Mikey can. But he could purchase one and he could put it all together. But he'd have to learn. He'd have to want to learn. He doesn't want to learn. Jack Fitter says, if I'll pay for this guy to go and view this in person. If it's fake, I'll give him $5,000. If it's real, he pays me $5,000. He doesn't have $5,000. That's the problem. Brenda says, for your information, I was watching, but making pear tatane. What? All right. Pear tatane. Pear tatane. Okay, it's a pie. Okay. It's a type of a pie. Oh, that looks good. I'll have some. I'd love to have a little bit of paratitane. If you've got some, Brenda, that looks really, really good. I mean, I assume yours is as good as the recipe that I just Googled and was the first hit. ZH Kane says, "Hi, Pope Mikey. We love you. Keep up the great work." I wonder if we could get any like, if we look, guys, if you're interested, I know the Pope. I got his phone number. I got an inside connection. So just let me know. And if there's anything you need, any Popey things you need, I got you. I'm on the inside, basically. Steve Revel says C-Star S50 is ready to go smart telescope. Oh, okay. So it's got a motor and a tripod. That'd be super. Mikey, get that. Get it. Andy Chapman for 200 THBs says, "I just emailed you defocused star trail photos that I took 20 years ago. They clearly show the true color temperature of stars in Cassiopeia. I will forward that to Mikey. I'm sure he'll be excited for it." Marcus Leach says, "I actually know what I'm doing, and it has been hard to reboot my astrophoto capabilities after 30 years. Yeah, just getting a set of binoculars and putting your phone camera on it isn't going to get you the best thing, the best results." Judge Rightly says, "The Holy See and Temple OS sounded like it was an attempt at programming / Pope joke." See, it does. There seems to be more. I think there's more to it. Temple OS is a real operating system. It's a biblical themed. Okay, all right. Biblical themed lightweight operating system designed to be the third temple prophesied in the Bible. It was created by an American programmer, Terry Davis, who developed it alone over the course of a decade after a series of manic episodes, and he later described as a revelation from God. I didn't know this. I've heard of it, but I didn't know it. Wow. The system was characterized as a modern x86 Commodore 64 using an interface similar to a mixture of DOS and Turbo Z. Wow. Davis proclaimed that the system's features, such as its 640 by 480 resolution, 16 color display, and single voice audio, were designed according to explicit instructions from God. Wow. This is nuts. It was programmed with an original variation of C++ named Holy See in place of BASIC, and included an original flight simulator, compiler, and kernel. First released in 2005 as J operating system, Temple OS was renamed in 2013 and last updated in 2017. So Terry Davis, he died in 2018. I was gonna see if he's still kicking. I'd love to. I'd have him on. But yeah, he definitely had some mental illness there going. All right, what was his death? Struggled with periods of homelessness and incarceration. Stopped taking his meds because it limited his creativity. Some fans helped him by bringing him supplies, but he refused their housing offers after living with his sister in Arizona. Traveled to California. No further in his final video recorded on a bench in the Dallas Wasco County Library and uploaded hours before his death. He explained that he had removed most of his videos because he did not wish to litter the internet, and that he had learned how to purify himself. At the very end, he states, "It's good to be king. Wait, maybe. I think maybe I'm just like a little bizarre little person who walks back and forth. Whatever, but." Oh, he's hit by a train. Oh. All right. Well, there you go. That I had no idea. I had no idea. There is a fork with some updates. Brenda says Terry Davis is recognized as a programming genius. Well, he made his own OS and all that, all the things that he made. It sounds like he's pretty good at programming, but yeah, I see Holy See equals Holy CSEE. got it. Wow. Anyway, people, thank you very much for joining. Tomorrow night, I plan to be back. I'm going to talk about the trip to Antarctica, probably review some video. I haven't done that yet, really. Get a bunch of video ready to go, and then we're going to go through it. I'm going to watch it and see how it goes. And probably from, actually not from during Antarctica, probably during when we're in Punta Arenas. So that's what we'll be watching. And a little commentary on and any Q&A. If anybody has some Q&A, I will be open to that as well. So that's what's going on. I'm looking here to get little guess what video. Guess what video? Anybody know what video is going to be our outro theme tonight? Anyway, you know it. You know it. Everybody, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yes, it is kind of interesting. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Hold out tonight or this afternoon. Do 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 do. Mashed potatoes. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Do do do. Oh, SpaghettiOs. I do the research and the experiments. Do da. Here's my little character. Celery. Celery. Bum 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 bum. La 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 la. La 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 la. Tip me over and hear me shout. Three little pigs. Blah blah blah. Ramble. Flattest highway in North America. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Do do do. Oh, kind of weird. Hopefully Cheese Whiz is on sale. Do 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 do.